face I know, but I can never mention name to face my fault. But when I noticed it was far too late, you left a fingerprint on my soul.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a circuit that demands absolute precision, bravery, and just a little bit of luck. Tonight I'm your host, Sagar Bakshi, and it's green, green, green here at the Miami Autodromo Internazionale. Side by side, there goes Sean Stam, the Stam Man, and the 000 is positions in 2 laps. With Leslie Simpkins now throws his elbows out at Drew. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Watkins Glen International for the Barum Engines Porsche Cup Finale, presented by Sausage Dodgers Racing. Tonight, one of the most demanding one-make challenges in sim racing arrives at one of North America's most iconic road courses. And it all comes down to this. The season finale is here. And with the championship separated by just 3 points, the margin couldn't be tighter. Watkins Glen is a circuit built on speed, rhythm, and commitment, with every lap asking drivers to be precise under braking, confident through the high-speed sections, and disciplined when the pressure starts to build. Tonight, that pressure will be felt in every corner, every braking zone, and every battle for position. That is exactly what makes Porsche Cup Racing such a perfect fit here. These cars reward clean inputs, strong racecraft, and drivers who can balance aggression, control the course of the ride. At a place like the Glen, one mistake can cost more than a corner. And in a title fight this close, could decide a championship. This is the Barum Engines Porsche Cup, presented by Sausage Dodgers Racing, at the legendary venue that is Watkins Glen. It's time to go racing. Thank you very much for tuning in, folks. Thank you very much for sticking around for all 5 previous rounds of the Barum Engines Porsche Cup Championship, presented by Sausage Dodgers Racing and AK Esports. Taking from green to checkered flag, I'm your host, Sagar Bakshi. Today, we are at the Glen. 5.4 kilometers or 5.5 kilometers. Founded in 1956, has been unchanged since 71. 11 corners in total, 6 to the left, 5 to the right, depending on how you count them. 141 feet of elevation change around here. Open setup for the drivers, 2 fast repairs across the 2 heats, 100% fuel limits. Don't expect any pit stops during that first heat. Couple keys to the race, as we described: commitment, especially through the high-speed stuff, braking confidence through the slower speeds, long straightaways. You got to get your exits pitched perfectly, and obviously, keep calm. Let's take a look at the championship points and how they go into the final round of the Barum Engines Porsche Cup. It's Miguel Toledo leading by just 3 points in front of Mert Menderes. Louis Butler in 3rd. Mark Richards in 4th. Mikhail Surov, Leonid Kovalev, Marchenko, Piper, Corbett McCarthy, and Sell are not your top 11. Timzik, De Jong, Wazowski, Hines, Marshall, Clark, Lloyd Butler round out your top 18 drivers. Then Fairweather, Osbald, Elston Williams, Casado, Darsh, Simpkins, Compte, Sur, Yakan, Bevudas, Beaton, Cook, Ewers, Maston, Jenner, Vicente, and a few others who have only taken to a few of these races. Take a look at our starting grid, shall we? It will be Miguel Toledo's and Mert Menderes are championship contenders on that first row. And it's Mark Richards and Isaac Fairweather further back. Row number 3 going the way for Mikhail Surov and Leslie Simpkins. After that, it'll be Thomas DeJong and Jack McCarthy. And we have on row number 5, Tim Williams and Lloyd Butler. Vladislav Marchenko and Andres Timjik. Thomas P. Hines and Nick Ewers. On row number 8, it's going to be James Piper and Dan Miller. Row 9 going the way for Oscar Corbett, but it's green, green, green here for Sausage Dodgers Racing, and Miguel Toledo and Mert Menderes are after it going into corner number 1. The 420 tries to hold on further back than he'd like to be, but he's looking for a podium tonight. Richards trickles down to P4, but the rest of the field keeps it green and clean. Up the hill through the S's we go, racing for the final time here for the Barum Engines Porsche Cup. A little bit of trouble up the hill through the S's, including Oscar Corbett. It looks like Tim Williams might have gotten involved in that one. A couple of sausages turned around at the end of the day. Going into the bus stop chicane, the 31 and the 691 go wheel to wheel, and Fairweather gets his elbows out as well as he chucks it in. Now we're going to go 2 by 2 Noah's Ark formation through the outer loop. Mert Menderes in the lead of the race. Put a big asterisk next to that because it's only 4 now, folks. Menderes, Toledo, Fairweather, Richards, Simpkins. That was a spicy start for the lead of the race. Dan Miller involved in an incident. Jack McCarthy, Lloyd Butler, all involved in incidences for the early start. The Alteris Motorsports machine looking to try to drive through the 691 at turn 1, though. It's no avail. There goes the 691, mounts the curb. A little 50-50 grind will slow him down up the hill through the S's, wheel to wheel, and that's going to spin the 31, and that's going to lead to some big drama for the championship as Miguel Toledo gets taken out at the S's, and he's going to collect someone. I think that's Leslie Simpkins in the 399. It is. And Toledo is going to have to park it. That gives the lead over to Isaac Fairweather currently. Mert Menderes and Mark Richards separated by a near country mile at this point on the racetrack. Vladislav Marchenko chases down the 999 of James Piper, who's managed to gain 9 positions on his charge. Andres behind in the 264 Porsche, looking to make quick work of his opponents, but so far 4 gain is as far as Andre has been able to climb. But these 2 more right up the road. Let's check out Dan Miller and Tim Williams' battle. This is going to be coming through the chute all the way down to the toe. The 23 looks to the outside line on the 797 of Tim Williams. Williams there to chuck it back up the inside. Crisscross applesauce for the 23. That teeth machine is going to be charging back across the sausage. Into the heel, it belongs to the inside line of Dan Miller right now. The 797 and the 23 get wheel to wheel, and it looks like Tim Williams has had enough of that argy-bargy action. Mikhail Surhov not done with his conversation with Thomas de Jong, or shall I say de Jong isn't done with him. Just as I say that, Thomas de Jong loses out ground to the number 83. Mert Menderes and Mark Richards both have a long way to go to catch up to Isaac Fairweather, who just pumped in the last lap, best lap of the event. 47.01 last time by. Taking a look at the battles throughout the field as this one has fizzled out a little bit. We look back at James Piper and Vladislav Marchenko. James Piper getting a slowdown penalty for cutting the track through the bus stop chicane. We'll have to serve that one tactfully to make sure he stays ahead of the pack. Thomas the Tank, or Thomas P. Hines, number 15, looks to be in a little bit of trouble with Leslie Simpkins, who's causing some up the road. Leslie has a little bit of damage on his nose right now, presumably for the big one that happened up the hill at the S's. Now, how does this go down? Isaac Fairweather crossing paths with Miguel Toledo after he's taken his fast repair. Excuse me, he has not used a fast repair. Just served about 3 minutes in the pit lane. Maybe that was just a tow time. But Miguel Toledo down an entire lap, about to be 2 laps down at this point. As Fairweather is about to cross paths with Lloyd Butler here. Uncle Lloyd, been a fan favorite and one of our Patreon subscribers as well. Big shout out to Uncle Lloyd as always. With the first official race being held here in 1948 as a public street race, it was one of the earliest road racing venues in the United States. Leads to its legacy and its test of time, especially in a state like New York. As we all know, here in California, there trying to shut down Laguna Seca, but to no avail. I'm sure the same is being done and said about Watkins Glen here in the Finger Lakes. Because surrounding the Watkins Glen area is nothing but lakes, gorges, wineries. Makes it a very popular tourist destination year-round. On board with Corbett, he chases down Nick Ewers in the 55 from Prestige Vehicle Movers. The inside line presents itself. What can Oscar Corbett do with this opportunity here at the chute? .998 chases down the 55. Oscar Corbett and Nick Ewers, their own little world right now, battling for P11 and P12. So far for the championship top 5, Menderes is in P2, Toledo is in P17, Richards is in P3, and Mikhail Surov is in 4th position. On the nose of Oscar Corbett, headed up the hill through the S's. Oscar Corbett just patiently waiting to attack right now. Seen things go wrong for the drivers up ahead that have been a little too eager. Doesn't seem like he's going to make the same mistake. On the back end of Nick Ewers now. A little bit of a touch there from the 998 to Ewers. Small touches again, but there's a spin. That's Thomas P. Hines. Let's see what happened here to the 15. Oh, and a spin all on his own. So lonely and lazy, honestly. What a weird one. Battle continues between Ewers and Simpkins. The last sausage dodger, or I shouldn't say that because Jack McCarthy and Tim Williams are down the order even further. There goes Oscar Corbett's attack on Ewers to the inside line here at the toe. And down the boot. We head down into the heel next. Nick Ewers not quite content.
running the bridesmaid position. Look to the inside line, but a little checkup on the brakes to prevent the contact that was clearly inevitable. Big hit there for Jack McCarthy, as he's missing a right wing mirror. Thomas B. Hines on his recovery after that spin of his. Take a look at James Piper in his chase for the top 10. Piper sits back behind Thomas DeJong. About half a second currently. Well, I'm not sure what the championship points are going to look like after this, but I have a feeling like Richards might be able to secure P3 at the end of the day. Especially with the 6 bonus participation points being given out at the end of this round. James Piper still chases DeJong. Then Mikhail Surhov up the road by around 1 second. Tim Williams chases down Dan Miller in the final couple of laps of this event. White flag this time by. A little early from Barney the Flag Man, I think, but if he says we're on the final lap, we must be on the final lap. Big blocks from DeJong in front of Piper. Into the bus stop chicane. Piper sends it up the inside on the 333 of DeJong. And is able to get the move done. 10 positions gained for James Piper. Over to Fairweather, who leads us right now in front of Mert Menderes by nearly 5 seconds. Unbelievable run for him. The driver who kept his nose clean when the early battles brewed. really did a phenomenal job of keeping his nose clean and staying out of trouble. Isaac Fairweather comes to the final corner for the final time of Heat 1 and will take the checkered flag from Barney the Flagman. Bert Menderes in P2. Mark Richards comes home in third. Mikhail Surov, James Piper. Thomas DeJong, Marchenko, Andres Timjik round out your top 8. Leslie Simpkins and Oscar Corbett round out your top 10. No, Marino Clark did not make it on time today. No. So sorry to see that, Marino. Unfortunate, my friend. Let's take a look at the results for Heat 1. It was Isaac Fairweather, Merton Menderes, and Mark Richards, the 1, 2, 3. Then, in fourth place, Mikhail Surov, James Piper, Thomas DeJong, Vadislav Marchenko, Andres Chimjik, Leslie Simpkins, Oscar Corbett, Jack McCarthy, Thomas P. Hines, Nick Ewers, Dan Miller, Tim Williams, Miguel Toledo, and then Uncle Lloyd Butler. Big shout out and thanks to our title sponsor tonight, Barum Engines, for classic and competition rebuilding and honing needs. Reach out to Barum Engines, folks. We got a brief warm-up period. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to the Barum Engines Porsche Cup presented by Sausage Dodgers Racing. We're ready to take the green lights. In just about 1 minute's time, we'll take a look at the grid. But the championship points, well, man, oh man, is it as hectic and as exciting as ever with Miguel Toledo losing out ground on that last race. What are the points going to look like after heat number 1? Marino Cloark, despite you not making it on time for the race, we appreciate you being here live for the coverage. Warm-up session concluded now. And we'll get a look at our grid here in just a few moments. Oscar Corbett and Leslie Simpkins, the Sausage Dodgers, lock out for that front row. Andrzej Timjek and Vladislav Marchenko filling in row 2. Row number 3 for Thomas De Jong and James Piper. Row number 4 for Mikhail Surhov and Mark Richards. Mert Menderes and Isaac Fairweather line row number 5. Row number 6 for Jack McCarthy and Thomas P. Hines. Row number 7 for Nick Ewers and Dan Miller. Row number 8 for Tim Williams and Miguel Toledo. Starting on row 9 will be Uncle Lloyd Butler. Green, green, green is the flag color, and the drivers are ready to take off, leading down in towards corner number 1. Oscar Corbett tries to defend fair and square from the 399, and 264 behind includes Andrzej Timjek. Vladislav Marchenko gets his elbows out with Thomas De Jong and Isaac Fairweather as well further back. There'll be a drag up the hill through the S's here at Watkins Glen for our final 40 minutes of racing, folks. James Piper getting passed by Mark Richards around the outside of the outer loop, leading down in towards the chute next. Big gaggle of cars. Mert Menderes, Vladislav Marchenko, and Mert Menderes up in arms right now. Isaac Fairweather trying to get back into the lead again for a little bit of double trouble. A back-to-back win wouldn't be too bad for the 18. Miguel Toledo back in 10th position. What can he do from way down the pack tonight? Isaac Fairweather is trying to make hay while the sun is shining and gets one done on Oscar Corbett. Andrzej Timjek getting it all wrong at turn 1. He's going to get passed by the entire field. Let's see what happened here to Andrej. Whoa, and a little bit of a spin for the 264. Looks like everybody was able to get around that roadblock out of the exit of turn number 1. Miguel Toledo in the back of this trio goes for a huge dive on Mark Richards, the 420. You can't turn in at the apex as that one was occupied by the number 31. Fairweather all over the back of Leslie now, and that's going to be a run down towards the first corner. The 90-degree first turn at the Glen. Leslie looks to the inside line, tries to defend, but much faster is Fairweather on that previous lap. 0.7 a lap faster. It's the apex blocked off at 1 from Leslie, the 399. Oscar Corbett can't do anything to help out his fellow Sausage Dodgers teammate. Leslie Simpkins does get past under braking to the bus stop chicane, but a big bouncing run for the number 18 of Isaac Fairweather leads to a little bit of time lost. James Piper loses the position this time to Dan Miller as he gives a little time back for a cut through the bus stop chicane. Jack McCarthy about a half second back from James Piper currently. The 2.1K rated driver wants to go for better than the top 10. Leslie Simpkins impressively is still hanging on right now to that P2 spot that he started the race from. We know it's a long run, and we know that Mert Menderes and Miguel Toledo, both of these drivers, are going to try to catch up throughout this 40-minute race. Big drama there for the 31 of Toledo coming through the bus stop. He gets it all wrong and loses out some ground to Menderes and Oscar Corbett. 691 isn't going to wait for an opportunity. He's going to make one present itself as he does go for a move at the chute, and now gives the big pinch to that 998 of Corbett at the toe, but to no avail. It still leads him to the inside line at the heel. .31 tries to hook, line, and sinker the same move on Oscar Corbett that Mert's putting on right now. But very much so, the battle lies here between the leaders of the championship. Here goes Toledo on Corbett. getting that one done. Looks easy at the 90-degree corner. Vladislav Marchenko able to make quick work of Dan Miller, the number 23. Dan Miller is currently up 6 positions on his game. '23 presents his own options on Vladislav Marchenko. Marchenko has to comply with the request from Dan Miller. Gives up the run for P7. Triple Nine also taking advantage of a weak and wounded Vladislav Marchenko, who's down 5 positions currently. Now everybody's getting a ride on the town bike. Vladislav Marchenko giving it up. Left, right, and center. This time it's going to be Jack McCarthy to get a position on Vladislav. Trying to see if Vladislav was involved in an incident, but I'm just not seeing one. He doesn't look damaged at all. He's just running slowly. Straight steering wheel, no broken glass. Bonnet looks tight. Toledo and Mert Menderes through one of the toughest parts of the track, the final sector. Go wheel to wheel through the penultimate corner. Leading down into the final one, the 31 leads the 691 of Mert Menderes. Andrej comes down pit road. This is the battle for the championship as well, and there goes a touch from the 31 to the back door. Of Leslie Simpkins. Not sure what happened there. See if we can get a replay of this one. Coming out of the toe, big slide there from Leslie, and it looks like Toledo, well, just keeps his foot in it. Looks like Andrzej Timczyk and Nick Ewers are both going to be down an early lap, and Thomas DeJong trying to still limp around, but he's nearly down a lap himself. Miller with a big crash, and the 24 of Jack McCarthy comes through and collects him, and that's a three-wheeled Porsche now. Oh, there's no way you're bringing that home, Dan. Oh, he's taking the shortcut. Oh, Dan's going to take the shortcut. Oh, he's going to park it. That's it for Dan Miller. I thought that was actually a smart call to take the shortcut. Yeah, I realized it would probably get him disqualified for doing so. Jack McCarthy is going to have to try to limp it home at the 14.5-minute mark. That was a big checkup in Dan Miller. Oh, absolutely zero turning to the right-hand side is how big that hit was. Ooh, hopefully that's not speeding in the pits as he comes in third gear. Dan Miller already beat him to pit road, but still technically under towing conditions. 998 Oscar Corbett leads Mark Richards in the 420, and then the 999 of James Piper. Leslie Simpkins in that 399 is down in 11th place currently. Mikhail Surhov is in a battle with another flagless man of Vladislav Marchenko, and they'll invert positions for 7th and 8th. Mark Richards putting the pressure on another Sausage Dodgers teammate. The drag to the bus stop begins. Mark steps out from behind the slipstream of the leader of the trio. Now he'll have the advantage going into the following corner. A little bit of help from the toe. Or perhaps a little bit of help from James Piper in the 999 behind. Could do quick work to help out, or do quick work to hurt as he goes for that inside line at the chute. Pit stop, pit stop, pit stop. Isaac Fairweather comes down pit road. Is that a little too early to come down pit road? Hands over the lead to Miguel Toledo and Mert Menderes. And look at how far down the order he goes on the track map. Take a look at that pit stop time. .42.3 in the lane, so you're right, maybe a little bit of damage to be repaired. Let's see what Fairweather can do to catch up here in the closing half of this race. Isaac Fairweather, what are you up to, my friend? Going for a strong undercut here. As we approach the halfway point of the race, he's clearly going for a strategy. Thomas P. Hines in pit lane as well here at the halfway point. Let's take a look at Mark Richards as he's locked in arms with James Piper a little far behind. Wow. Look at those lap times between Toledo and Mert Menderes. We'll get them up on screen for you. Mert running half a second slower that previous lap. This is potentially not his best showing tonight, but provisionally at least, all he needs to do is bring it home to the checkered flag for the win of the championship. What about the quick-footed Jack McCarthy? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. As the pit lane has just become alive. Toledo, Menderes, Richards, Piper, Surhov, Marchenko, Uncle Lloyd, Leslie Simpkins, all coming down the lane. Isaac Fairweather does get the undercut pulled off. There's Miguel Toledo. Where the heck is Menderes? There he is. Absolutely electric stuff. Fairweather leads by 1.5 seconds with a great undercut strategy on Toledo and Menderes. Here's Leslie chasing down Uncle Lloyd. Up at the outer loop, down to the chute. Uncle Lloyd, who's got to check his rear view mirrors every so often. Keep an eye on that sausage dodger behind him, Leslie Simpkins. He's a bit of a troublemaker every now and then. Speaking of trouble, Andres Timchik and Jack McCarthy both going wheel to wheel out of the heel. Leslie Simpkins pulls out a big gap on Andres Timchik there, coming through turn one. Same thing for Leslie Simpkins. It gets by Uncle Lloyd there. Vladislav Marchenko looks forward to Mikhail Surov, but that's a 1.1 second gap. Closer to him than not is going to be Tim Williams in the 797. I'm surprised we haven't seen Draft playing a bigger role here, especially down the back straight after the bus stop. Well, with Watkins again being a driver's circuit, leads to some complexity and some gaps forming between the drivers. Just 12 minutes remain, and Isaac Fairweather loses out the lead with a spin at the bus stop. See what happened here to Fairweather just happened all on his own. The pressure was mounting from behind, and then he'll light up the rear to get back on track. But here's the battle between Menderes and Isaac Fairweather. Menderes now chases down Fairweather in his pursuit for P2 to solidify his championship run. Looking back at Leslie, locked in behind Tim Williams, looked at the inside line at turn one, thought better of it. Tim Williams didn't think better of that move, and he'll make a small mistake that leads to his downfall at the 90-degree corner. Right now, the gaps might be substantial, but that doesn't mean anything can't happen in the final 9 minutes of running. As the race falls into a rhythm, Watkins Glen can be just as demanding as wheel-to-wheel combat. Drivers are trying to hit every mark, avoid the one mistake that changes everything, as we just witnessed. I was always a driver that enjoyed sitting in traffic and having someone to chase. But with no traffic to distract you, no immediate battle to react to, just the demand to keep producing lap after lap, you're only competing with a stopwatch at this point of the race. Uncle Lloyd trying to chase down Leslie. Loses a whole heap of ground coming through the bus stop. Leslie takes off like a rocket ship, 2 seconds up the road now. Drivers from all around the country, all around the world, have come to represent themselves and their nations here for the Barum Engines Porsche Cup. Give a big shout out and thanks to our title sponsor tonight, Barum Engines, classic in competitions, re-engine building and honing. Take a look at Barum Engines for all of your engine repair needs. If you'd like to get involved, if you'd like to support the Sausage Dodgers community, scan either of these QR codes and get involved in more Sausage Dodgers action. Scan the QR code in the bottom right-hand side of your screen to go directly to our SimGrid. Scan the one in the middle of our screen to support the stream. Don't forget, our Endurance Tour Season 6 is just around the corner, sponsored by Big Power Hunter on Instagram. Go ahead and join us for the Endurance Tour. We're returning to the GT3 GTP formats. More announcements on the horizon as we have our BMW M2 Championship starting up very soon around the corner. The Sausage Dodgers BMW M2 Cup Season 2 will start on August 4th, running at 11 a.m. with 5-round championship. Tracks on the calendar are going to be Charlotte Motor Speedway, Lime Rock, Oschersleben, Alton Park, and Circuit de Verdun. Taking a look at Uncle Lloyd still. Final 5 are under us now. Miguel Toledo back into leading this one. Should take the white flag next time by. Done an amazing job to recover and been tactful about his play so far. The way he dealt with the Mert Menderes situation. It's always frustrating to be taken out or feel like you've been taken out, but it's one thing to recover, put that to the side, and fight fairly for the end of the race. He was able to come across Mert Menderes multiple times and still put up a good fight. His consistent laps and skill have really showcased this evening. Isaac Fairweather loses out to Mert Menderes. Because Fairweather had another off track. Miguel Toledo there to accept the white flag from Barney the flagman. Miguel Toledo may not win the championship at the end of the day provisionally, but I think he put in a very stout fight. He tried to recover to the best of his ability, and he tried to bring it back home despite having all of that damage after the S's. Heat number 2, he was no slouch. He had to climb up 15 positions to win the event. Just unbelievable determination by Miguel Toledo to try to bring it home at the end of the day. Driver from Spain, the number 31, will bring it home at the end of the day in P1. That's going to be a victory for Miguel Toledo. Mert Menderes and Isaac Fairweather dragged to the line there. Mark Richards is going to bring it home in 4th position. James Piper in 5th. Oscar Corbett in 6th. And we have Mikhail Surov, Vladislav Marchenko, Leslie Simpkins, and Lloyd Butler rounding out our top 10. We'll get the unofficial results posted here in just a minute, and we'll have the unofficial results as well. We'll interview the top 3 drivers. Don't go anywhere, folks. Be right back. Here are those results. Miguel Toledo with the 15 positions gained, picked the Hard Charger Award as well. It was Oscar Corbett that started the race, but he'll finish down the order in P5. Mert Menderes in P2, Mark Richards in 3rd, James Piper, Oscar Corbett, Mikhail Surov, Vladislav Marchenko, Leslie Simpkins, Lloyd Butler, Isaac Fairweather, Tim Williams, Jack McCarthy, Thomas DeJong, Thomas P. Hines, Andres Timchik, Dan Miller, and Nick Ewers round out our 17 drivers. We'll give the drivers a few minutes to sort out the Porsche Cup standings. Before we get interviewed, I want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think about the race? Holy Toledo is all I have to say. So the unofficial results right now are that Mert Menderes came out in P1, Miguel Toledo in P2, trailed by just 9 points. Lewis Butler in third. Let's see if our drivers are ready to be interviewed here. And we do have our drivers ready to be interviewed. Let's go ahead and talk to Miguel. Oh, we have Isaac Fairweather also. So let's go ahead and talk to Isaac Fairweather first. Isaac, how are you doing on the evening? Congratulations on a podium. And it was a great race to watch tonight. I hope you guys had fun throughout this championship.
Yeah, a podium win was good.
Now, what was it like? Go ahead.
I was just towards the end of the race. I was just like in no man's land, so I was just having a bit of fun, trying to jump the curbs at the bus stop as much as possible, and it came to bite me in the butt.
With the X's at the end, it looks like.
No, with the spin at the bus stop.
Oh, with the spin at the bus stop is what caught you out with Mert, right?
No, that was with when I was ahead of Miguel after the pit stops.
Ah, yes.
I just jumped the curb a bit too much and spun.
What happened at the end? Because in our standings, we have you qualified down the order in like P7.
Yeah, I got too many incident points, so I had a drive-through. I got it on the last lap, and obviously you can't serve it on the last lap, so I ended up getting like a 30-second post-race penalty, or however much it is.
Ah, that'll happen. That'll happen. Well, on the other podium or the side podium, whatever you want to call this, is there anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you want to thank on this amazing championship run that you've had?
Shout out to Mert, as he got me, he made me aware of the league. I joined it because of that, and he also got me back doing a bit more racing, as I was kind of part-time retired.
Right on, Isaac. Hopefully we'll see more of you around for the Sausage Dodgers community. Thank you very much for joining and supporting us. We hope to see you soon. Stay safe out there.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too, brother. Next up, we're going to go ahead and talk to Miguel Toledo. Now, Miguel came home in P1 for the feature race. It didn't go that way for the initial race. But all things said and done, provisionally right now, it's looking like P2 in the championship. How do you feel about your inaugural run here for Sausage Dodgers Racing, Miguel?
Hi, first time racing here. I met a lot of people. It was a pleasure. It's not the idyllious ending, but it's racing. I was talking with Mert, and he says sorry. I would like to say sorry also to Leslie, because we had an incident and it was all my bad, I think. But on the first race, I had an incident. I get one position, and then I start P16 on the second race, and I start pushing. I get like 7 positions or like that on the first lap. I get Mermenderes, and then I keep pushing, take the second position, and when the other guy, I don't remember the name, Isaac, went into box.
Yes.
I get so much time. So then keep pushing, and then he do a mistake. So first position on the second one. So I guess I can't do more.
Not too bad, not too bad. Now, here in Victory Lane, here on the podium for the championship, is there anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, well, my team, not not racing all the races, but they did all the setups. So I would like to say to thank Saltaris. We are a new team. We are showing all the racing world we can fight for positions. So it's just to present our our presentation. And thanks to the championship. Of course.
Thank you very much for your love and support here, Miguel. Have a great night. And as always, stay safe out there. We hope to see you back for more Sausage Dodgers racing.
See you.
Let's go ahead and talk to Mert Menderes. Mert, who had a pretty exciting Heat 1 and another exciting Heat 2, comes home to win the championship provisionally. Mert, how did it go here for Sausage Dodgers Racing Porsche Cup presented by Barum Engines?
Oh yeah, this race was a rough one, at least pace wise. Miguel was faster than me. I have to openly admit one. Like he did really well and not only this race but throughout the championship. And I was like in this mindset of okay, he's faster, so I have to try to be more aggressive, which worked on the start. What I was surprised about was that he tried to send it around the outside into the bus stop, but we both made it through, past, no problem. And then obviously the incident happened. Looking at the replay, at least I would say that was netcode that placed most of the part in, because as soon as like he got that netcode contact, the closing speeds of both cars were so slow that I would say that we both would not have made contact without the netcode. Yeah, it's a nice way to fight for the championship, I have to admit. And then the second race was, yeah, get through the squabbles of the first few laps, which also worked for all three of us, Isaac, Miguel, and myself. And yeah, and then that was basically pretty much it with my race.
It worked out well for you in the end, Mert. You know, big highlights, big lows here at Sausage Dodgers Racing, but at the end of the day, you come out on top of the championship. Who do you want to thank and who would you like to shout out here in Victory Lane?
First of all, shout out goes to Matt and S1 Esports for again taking me on board for since the start of the season, and as well as Coop Motorsports for always having a nice community, nice people around me. As well as thank you to you all for the commentators, for the hosts, like for the championship hosts, for the drivers. It's a nice fun series, which I definitely liked throughout both seasons actually. But yeah, I am going to take a break from this series, not because of Sausage Dodgers, but because of me having done a lot of Porsche Cup recently. And I don't know how, like, if you're planning a next season and how long it takes, but it was definitely fun. So I want to also give a massive shout out to your all's effort.
Thank you very much, Mert. Really appreciate your support here at Sausage Dodge Racing. We hope to see you back next time we go running again. Take care, and we'll see you soon, my friend. Last but not least, we're going to talk to Tim Williams. Tim, how's it going tonight, and how did your race go this evening?
Both races went terrible, mate, for me, but it was all fun. Just thought I'd pop in and close the season off, mate.
Absolutely. I mean, still though, 17 drivers taking to the finale of the championship, a 3-point deficit going into the final 2 races of the season for the championship win. I don't think it could have gotten any better than that. Had Lewis Butler been here, it would have been a 3-way fight for P1.
Yeah, it's a shame Lewis couldn't be here tonight. That it's been a really good season, really good season this time round. So yeah, really good.
Absolutely. Tim, is there anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank here for the season?
Yeah, the usual, mate. Big shout out to Barum Engines, the guys there, Lee and Isaac. They've been tremendous in sponsoring this series. Definitely a big thank you to them for that. Obviously for you for streaming again, everyone for watching, everyone for competing, and all the admin staff for doing what they do so well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Tim. We appreciate you. Any other announcements for the league or any other announcements coming up for the championships that are on the horizon? The BMW M2s and the season 6 of the Endurance Tour right around the corner.
Yeah, definitely. Season would be season 2 effectively of the BMW Championship. We did host one before, so effectively season 2 of that. But obviously with the new M2 rather than the old M2, and our very popular endurance tour season 6 is coming up, so really looking forward to those. Hopefully we can drag in a few more late joiners now over the next week, and really top off the series. So that'll be really good.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. Thanks, Tim. We'll close out the stream and
Thank you very
check in
much,
with you
mate.
soon.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's been a pleasure to take you from green to checkered flag. As always, on behalf of Sausage Dodgers Racing, I've been your host, Sagar Bakshi, taking you from green to checkered flag all season long. On behalf of Barum Engines, on behalf of Sausage Dodgers Racing, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for your love and support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell whether you're watching live now, in the future, or live on AK Esports. Ring that bell to get notifications for when we go live next. Have a great night, everybody. And don't forget, stay safe out there. Goodbye for now.